Hello everybody, this is Tom and Jody's here with me.
Hello.
And this was going to be a little bit longer video. We're going to talk about employee and company reports. And the way you get to employee and company reports, they are taken from the history window right here. So let's go ahead and jump in. I'm going to do it for the whole year like I always do for demonstration purposes. So I'm doing the whole year of 2023 because as you can see that's where our data is. So here's all of our data in history. I'm going to go ahead and put the company name in here too because I always forget to do that. Not my company name, but the one I make up. So that'll show up on the reports. Alright, now how do you create an employee report and how do you create a company report? It's real easy. If you want to create an employee report, unfortunately we don't have somebody. Let me see if I got somebody that has more than for this. Yeah, let's use Melissa Jones because the data, we do have some records for her. 5. Okay, so the way you create we're going to do an employee report first. So I can always click on these headers and I'm going to click on last name and it goes ascending or descending, and I'm going to do one for Melissa Jones. So you just select her, any row that has her name in it, and you're saying I want to create an employee report for Melissa Jones. So I put in a begin to end date. So all the tests that she's had between those dates, you can put whatever you want here. You can do it for a quarter, for the whole year, for a month, whatever you want. And then you select the employee that you want the report for, and you say create employee report. And it says your employee report was saved in the drug testing reports, employee reports folder. Okay, we're going to go look at that in a minute. So just know that we created one for Melissa Jones. And oh, by the way, here's the records that are going to be on that report. So it's showing you here. And then the report was created.
And it
Okay?
also tells you that you have 5.
Exactly. All right, so now I'm going to say, okay, data for your report is now visible in the viewing table here. And it says if you wish to create another report, click the reload viewing table button. So we've created it. It shows us here. Now I'm going to say reload that viewing table. And now we're going to do one for her company. So let's find her again. Where's Melissa? Right here. So we're going to say here, now we're selecting her. We're selecting Argos Tower because we're creating a company report. So let's go ahead and create that report. Okay, and it tells you that it was created and where it's at, and then it tells you about reloading a table. So this is what that report for the company will look like.
Okay.
So we've created an employee report and a company report. Now I could go out to File Explorer and go find those reports, but I'm going to go back to Main and use our nifty little report viewer, which keeps you from having to do that. And let's go look at this employee reports. And it opened it up on my other monitor. So I'm going to set it over here and close it so that you can see that when I do that, it opens it up. Okay, and there's your employee reports folder. So we did for Melissa, and here's her name, the report, here's her ID, here's her name, here's the date, and there's the run ID for that report. So let's open it up. And here is your employee report for Melissa. So we have report type, employee drug test results, run date, report was generated by that name I put in there, Southside Medical Clinic, software used, begin date, end date, here's her employee ID, her name, first name, last name, the company she works for, records returned were 5, negative results were 5, 100%, so she didn't have any drug or alcohol problems, positive results 0, neither results, and total results were 5. So she was verified negative on all of them. And here's her information. If I could get it back over here. Okay, so the MRO, I can't get the whole thing here. I'm going to just open it up. So it shows the MRO lab, the test date, and the test result for Melissa. So that's your employee report. That's what they look like.
Okay, that's nice.
So now we're going to go back and we're going to do one. I'm going to minimize this and have it handy. And we're going to go, actually I want that up. We're going to go look now at the company report that we created. Okay, which would be right here. And here's the company report for the company that Melissa worked for, Argos Tower. Here's the company report, Argos Tower, the date, and the run ID. And this is what that report looks like. Report type, company drug test history report. Report date. Report generated by Southside Medical Clinic, that fake company that I put in there. The beginning and end date. The company name is Argos Tower. Records returned were 8. Negative results were 8. If you had positive results or neither results, like shy long substituted, it would show up here. But in the case of Argos Tower, nobody failed a drug or alcohol test. So the report shows that. Most of these records were for Melissa. There's a couple other people, Don Gibbons and Mila Lambert. So that's what your company report looks like. Now, if you're a clinic, your customers are going to love these reports. And later we're going to show graphs that show the same information. So that is how you generate company and employee reports. Let me minimize this. Simply by going to the history table, putting in a begin and end date, and putting your name here if you want it to show up on a report, selecting any record with the employee you want or with the company you want, and generating either an employee report and a company report. The report will actually show up here, and you can reload the data there. And as always, we have a nice help button here that'll explain things for you. I encourage people to use the help buttons. Every window has them. And this is information on deleting reports that might be interesting to you. And that's how you generate your company and employee reports.
Okay.
That's going to wrap that up. Thanks, everybody, for watching.
Thank you, Tom.
Mm-hmm.